Hey guys, so we're going to be doing, sorry my pen fell, we're going to be doing Tuesday's math notes, and this is for Unit 1 practice. Now, 4th grade, you have completed Unit 1. Unit 1 only consisted of 4 lessons. So, now you are going to be tasked with completing the unit practice and performance task, and then you're going to do the unit quiz later on this week. So we're going to work on First, we're going to work on the Unit 1 practice, and then we're going to work on the performance task. So let's go ahead and turn to page 49. All right, you may need a clean sheet of notebook paper or scratch paper or something to write on for this, if need be. So it says number 1, we're going to use less than, greater than, or equal to complete each number sentence. So we have some inequalities here. So I have 790,599 compared to 791,043. So how we compare numbers? Well, we stack them. So I'm going to go 790,599 and then 791,043. Okay, you're going to start with the greatest digit, which is the hundred thousands place. Our sevens are the same. Our nines are the same. This is where we get it, in the thousands place. And 1 is greater than 0. So which way would your inequality go? Remember, if you need to think of it this way, the alligator or crocodile eats the larger number. So your inequality faces this way. So you would say 790,599 is less than 791,043. Okay, this next one has put a number, and then on the other side you have a number that's been decomposed. Now when I say the word decompose, right, it means that it has been broken apart, broke down. So what we're going to do is we're going to, on my little scratch sheet of paper, I'm going to go ahead and line these up. So I have 50,000 plus 2,000 plus 10 plus 8. Is that right? That is right. Okay, so got to add these together. 8, 1, 0, 2, 5. Okay, so now we're going to compare that number to 52,180 compared to, now we have the number 52,018. So if you don't want to line the numbers up, you can do this. You can start with the greatest digit, which is the 10,000th place. They match. Move to the thousands place. They match. Move to the hundreds place. They don't match. The 1 is greater than 0. So 52,180 is greater than 52,018. Okay, I have 99,999 compared to 100,000. This should be fairly simple. That's right, 100,000 is greater than 99,999. Okay, I have 55 hundredths plus 2 tens. So 55 hundredths. 55 hundredths. That's saying 55 times 100. 55 hundredths. That leaves you with 5,500. And then we plus 2 tens. 2 times 10 is 20. So if I put this together, I get 5,520 compared to 5,520. The same thing. Last but certainly not least, we have another decomposed number. So let's break it apart. I have 20,000. Or no, I don't. I have 200,000. Plus 10,000. Plus 300. Plus 50. So we're going to add this together. Okay, so when I do that, I get 210,350, and that number is getting compared to 210,305. So which one's larger? Okay, the twos are the same, which are in the hundred thousands. The ones are the same, they're in the 10,000s. The thousands numbers are the same. The hundred numbers are the same. My tens are off. 5 is greater than 0. So your inequality goes that way. Okay, so number 2, it says a publishing company printed 920,500 copies of a book. The company sold 843,255 copies. How many books did they not sell? So first off, you have to choose which operation you're doing. For you haven't done multiplication or division yet. So you either have addition or subtraction. Okay, so let's look at this. It says a publishing company printed 920,500 copies of a book. So that's how much they have. That's their same company sold 843,255 copies. How many books did they not sell? So when it says they sold, that means they did away with them. They're out of there. So if you're getting rid of something, you are subtracting. So let's set this up. Remember, for all intents and purposes, for you as a fourth grader, the big number goes on top. And remember, everything has a place in the place value chart. You line up your numbers. Line up your numbers. All right, I'm going to wait for 2 minutes, and I want you to try to work this problem out. Try your best. Remember to borrow. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Who spoke?
Okay, you have 1 minute left. All right, so hopefully you have been able to work this problem out, and we are going to check our work. So, here we go. Okay, I have 920,500 minus 843,255. So right now I'm trying to take away 5 from 0, which I can't. So I have to borrow from my neighbor. My neighbor so happens to be a 0. I can't borrow from 0. So I actually have to borrow from the 50. That 50 now turns into 49, and that turns into a 10. Okay? So now 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 0 minus 3. Can't do it. Borrow from my neighbor. Turn that 2 into a 1 because I'm borrowing. And I add it over here. Now 10 minus 3 is 7. 1 minus 4. Can't do it. Going to borrow. But I can't say 11 minus 4. And that is 7. So 77,245 books were not sold. Okay. Number 3, the second longest bridge in the world is the Tianjin Bridge. Grand Bridge is 373,000 feet long. Its length is 167,700 feet less than the length of the largest bridge in the world. What is the length of the longest bridge? Okay, so what has happened is they are giving us the second longest bridge, which is 373,000, and telling us how much it lacks behind the longest bridge in the world. So you choose either addition or subtraction. What would you do? If it's giving you the second longest, but it wants you to find the longest, that's right, you are going to add. So 373,000 plus 167,700. This should be an easy add. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. So I'm going to put my 0 down and carry my 1. Now 7 plus 6 is 13. Plus 1 is 14. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. So the longest bridge in the world is 540,700 feet long. That's long. Okay. Oh, I hate mystery numbers. Okay, use the clues to guess the mystery number. All right, here we go. I'm going to get a sheet of notebook paper that I've used already to help us work this out. Okay, so the number is less than 190,000, but greater. Okay. So it's less than 190,000, but greater than 180. So I'm going to go ahead and do 180 here. So it's going to be over 180 and less than 190,000. We're good. Okay. 5,000 more than the number has 187 thousandths. 500 more than the number has. 500 more than the number has. Okay. Wait, we can do this. We can think. Okay, so 100, that would be 100. That'll be that. So we know it's greater than this. 500 more than the number has 5,000 more. Oh, I got it. Okay. So if you add 5,000 more to the number, you get this. So we're going to take the 187,000s minus 5,000. I hate these. Okay, so that gives you 182,000. Okay, we're not done yet. So we got this one, and we got this one. Okay, 200 less than the number has 400s. So 400s, if it has 400s, 200 less. Okay, so it has 200 less, the number has 400s. So if it's 200 less, then we add this. So the number has to be 182,600. We worked that one together. You have to read them carefully. And sometimes it takes me multiple times to read. So, I'm sorry. All right, this next one, we are rounding. We can do this. We know how to do this. My suggestion to you is to first round the numbers, then compare. Okay, so we are going to round the tens place right now. So we have a tens place right here, tens place right here. Look to the neighbor. Beep. That's an 8. So this right here, the 9 turns into a 0 and bumps the 4 up. So the number is 95,500. Okay, let's look right here. To the 7, that makes the 0 a 1. That's 95,610. All right, based on our extensive knowledge, which one's larger, 95,500 or 95,610? That's right, the 95,610. So your inequality faces that direction. So I'm going to do this. Okay, here's your number. Okay, we have 95,498. And we got to do it how many times? 3 more times? Okay, we're going to come right over here and do the same thing here. Okay, so the first one, we are going to be going to the hundreds place. So I'm going to underline the hundreds place in the first number and the second number. Look to its neighbor. Now because the 4's neighbor is a 9, the 4 gets to bump up. Same thing. Now that's only because the 9 bumped up to a 10, which carried over to the next place. And the 6, because it's next to a 0, stays the same. Okay, so which one's greater? 95,500 or 95,600? That's right, the 95,600. Okay, let's go to the thousands place. Okay, the 5 is next to a 4, which means that little 5 right here has to stay the same. So it rounds to 95,000. The 1,000 on this end means that the 5 gets to bump up to 96,000. All right, which one's greater, 95,000 or 96,000? That's right, the 96. So now we're going to go with the 10,000s place. Now both of these numbers, they're 9s and they're beside a 5. So that means they get to bump up. But then you're like, well, there's nothing to take that 10 to. So we just write the 10 down. So the 95,000 rounds to 100,000. And what does that mean? It means that 100,000 is good, equal to 100,000. Sorry, my cat's at the table. All right. Number 6. Once company spent $2,350 on an event. They spent about $1,500 on food and about $900 on entertainment. What could the actual cost of the food and entertainment be? Okay, so what could the actual cost be? Okay, so we're dealing with a rounding problem here. They have rounded it for us. They're actually wanting us to say, what could the cost be? So Wine's company spent a total of $2,350 on an event. It says right here, they spent about $1,500 on food and about $900 on the event. So let's go ahead and add these up just to see what we got here. Now I'm just thinking, you could have done this differently. So this is about, now they're saying that when rounded, this rounds to $2,400. And that's pretty much about right. Because when you rounded this to the nearest hundred, you could have got that. So what could the actual cost of the food and entertainment be? So we just have to come up with some prices that add up to $2,350. Simple enough. Okay, so it can be about, so it's going to be less than 900, and this is going to be less than $1,500. We can figure this out. All right, so $350. Well, honestly, what we could do, we're $50 over. We could just take $25 off each price. $14.75 and $8.75. Okay, I want to explain this. Here's what I did. When you looked at the rounded amount, and we added the rounded amount, it gave you $2,400 or $2,400. Then I looked at the original amount. What they actually spent was $2,350. So what I did was I found the difference between the two. And when I did that, it gave me $50. So what I did is I divided the $50 among the two prices. So I just took $25 away from $1,500 and $25 away from $900. And then I added the prices, and I got the right answer. Okay, so that is all. Is that all? No, it's not. We have the performance task. Here we go. So the performance task. Okay, so for your performance task, you have your paper here. But I also have given you Unit 1 performance task paper to work out your problem. Now, I'm going to read this whole thing for you. I'm going to read it with you. But I'm not going to work it with you because I want to see what you know. Okay? It says answer the questions and show all your work on a separate paper. And that's your separate paper. Okay, it says the fourth graders at Windy Hill Elementary School are collecting box tops to raise money for a robotic science program. The students need to collect 20,000 box tops in all to reach the goal. The chart below shows how many box tops each fourth grade class has collected in the first 5 months. So number of box tops, room 4A, 3,078. Room 4B, 2,145. Room 4C, 2,569. And room 4D, 2,034. The science teacher wants to know how many box tops to the nearest 100 each class has collected, and about how close the students are to reaching the goal of 20,000 box tops. Write an email to the science teacher describing how close the fourth graders are to the goal and estimating how much more the students need to reach their goal. In the email, you should show your work and explaining your reasoning. All right. Now, here's the deal. This is where you're going to write your email. And just to give you a heads up, just put Miss Moore, okay? In the email, you would say to, you can just put my email address. And on here, subject, you can put box tops. Okay, then you'll just start it with Miss Moore, comma. All right, now what you're going to do, okay, so what you're going to do, now look, I want you, each one of these numbers needs to be rounded to the nearest hundreds. Okay, so go ahead right now and underline your hundreds place. So your hundreds place, we're going to underline it. Okay, now we're going to look to your neighbor. Now take that and round your numbers. Now I need to know, okay, there's two things I need to know. Okay, I need to know to the nearest 100 how much each class has collected and how close the students are from reaching their goal. Okay, so the first part, you're going to add them all together. Okay, now once you have that number, you're going to take it and subtract it from 20,000. All right, and this is how much you need to reach your goal. Now this is where it says to show your work. So in your email, you are going to show me your work. And after you do this, down at the very bottom, you can say, so you've shown your work up here. You can say, box tops collected And we're going to do the rounding symbol. And then we're going to put box tops needed. Okay, so this is the answer to number 1. This is the answer to the second part. But I need you to show me your work up here. Okay? Now, the last part says reflect on your mathematic process. Choose one and just write your answer down here. If you want, you can write it up here and go around. But I just need you to choose one. Okay? So, like I said before, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please shoot me an email and we can work something out. I'll talk to you later.